on?
Testing,
Good?
testing.
All right. How many of you know me? Wow, that's pretty impressive. How many of you know of me? I'm happy you're all here. This is just the beginning of a dream of mine, I would say. Many years ago, I had a vision, it was a dream, that at some point in my life, I would be talking in front of a group of people. And here it is. So I'm extremely excited to be here. It means a lot to me. This is not a part-time thing for me. I'm hopefully going to make this my career. I'm also an author, by the way. We can talk about that later. But this is real stuff to me. It's really, really important. Next slide. Ask questions. Please ask questions. Presentation is decently long. We've got a couple of really cool videos. Pictures worth 1,000 words. Things that I can't really say. What you'll get on the field, but you'll get a real good feel of what's going on, why I believe in the concept that we're using, especially for pitching and throwing, which I know a lot of kids. How many pitchers in the room? Matthew better be raising his hand.
Bronson too.
Bronson better be raising his hand.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
How many want?
Who else? Zach?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember this. Any lesson that we give with pitching also includes throwing. So if any of you, or any of your friends, have trouble throwing, it's the same thing. So just because a lesson says pitching, it's also throwing. We work on both, okay? The only difference is when we get to pitching is that the kick comes in. We'll explain that later. So I would take notes. You don't have to, if anybody wants this presentation at some point, I will be happy to email it to you, okay? A lot of information serves its purpose. Go. Okay. You all know me, my experience in baseball. I coached, this is probably overall my 11th season going into. I coached years ago. When I'm from New Jersey, by the way. Anybody else here from the East Coast? I coached Little League in New Jersey for about 5 years. I coached football in New Jersey for 3 or 4 years. And here, this will be our, how many years? 3. This will be the 4th, right? This will be my 4th in Little League, and we did a summer tournament last year. So, all total, about 40 plus years of baseball and softball experience. I am a National Pitching Association Level 1 Biomechanics Certified Coach. That is a class that I took, and I'll get into that. That's why I'm so big on the pitching and the mechanics of throwing. Partners in the company, Mike Iwanek, who is over there. His credentials, just as impressive. I've coached with Mike. This will be going on the 3rd season. Together, our sons are the same age. Matthew over here and Nolan over here. So we work well together. It was kind of, I give credit where credit is due. It was kind of his idea. One day at practice, he just said, we need to be doing this with everybody, and I agree. My CFO and business manager is Mr. Troy Baker, right here. He actually lives in Las Vegas, so if you ever want to go to Vegas, just call him, just stay at his house. Rent-free.
I'm not home much, so
yeah, but whatever you win, I think he gets like a 50% cut. So, and if you lose, it's not on him. We are 3 extremely passionate and knowledgeable baseball guys who want to give back to the game we love in a way that is authentic, passionate, trustworthy, enthusiastic, safe, genuine, caring, science-based, and most important, fun. How many kids in here have played for me? Did you have fun when you played for me?
Yes.
Did you have fun when you played for Coach Mike?
Yes.
No,
Unforgettable?
say yes.
Always remember?
Yes.
Okay, your checks are in the mail, thanks. General achievement goals. Give the best and latest baseball training information possible. I'll get into that. Make every player the best prepared player on the field. This is key. This is key. Prepared player. Why is that so important? Give you an example. World Series this year. Giants and Royals. Were they the most talented teams in baseball? Right. Absolutely. They were the two best prepared teams in baseball. It is not talent that wins you games and championships. It's how prepared you are. And that's what we will get into. Preparing you to be the best player that your physical abilities will allow you to be. It's extremely, extremely important. Right? Make every player, again, just said that, make every player the best player on the field, the best prepared player on the field. Our guarantee. My players, again, last year, what did I say? What was one of the first things that I said on our first practice? What did I guarantee? What was it? Yeah, Katie.
We're going to be better by the end of the year.
Were you?
Yeah. Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
That is our guarantee. We'll stake everything on it. If you stick with the program, I guarantee you will be a better baseball player or softball player, for ladies, I'm not forgetting you, than you were when you started. I guarantee it. Baseball is a game, and you always improve when you work hard and have fun. And that's what we do. Okay? Just a couple of pictures. This was our first practice last season as the Charleston River Dogs. The River Dogs, raise your hand, River Dogs. Some have left, moved on, some are coming back. We're excited. We have a team. Anybody that in this room that I don't know that is 7 or 8 years old that's going to join the Naperville Little League, at the end of all this, you decide you want to be with me and Coach Mike. When you register for the Naperville Little League, there are boxes for who you want your manager to be, players to play with. You put my name, Coach Mike's name, you can put my son's, it'll ask for teammates, put my son Matthew, Coach Mike's son Nolan, same. At the end, I'm not telling anybody you have to, but, and that was us at the end of it. Okay.
Still smiling.
Still smiling.
It was a good year. It was a real good year.
Really fun. Okay. Okay.
We
I had to
did
throw
play
this
the
in.
games.
I had to throw this in.
I like your beard.
I'll call him Coach Troy. Troy and I have known each other since
45 years.
Just gave your
Painful. Painful. Wow. We played together on numerous teams. This was a special year for him and I. The story about Troy and I is that I was a very serious pitcher. Still am. He was one of the only players or teammates that I had that knew how to calm me down or get me fired up or make me laugh or talk to me. The reputation was so wide in the area we grew up in. And this is a true story. Why don't you tell the story?
Go ahead.
Over the years, Troy, as he went into the military, he met a baseball player who we played against over the years in one of these leagues. And he said, "You're the guy that played for Hilden. You're the guy that kept talking to the pitcher all game long." That's the truth. And that's one of the reasons why I asked him to be a part of this. That is Troy making a play here.
I know.
That was like
On the run.
That shot right there. These were in the local newspaper. That was a game-saving catch right there.
This is before Photoshop.
Exactly. So this is real. It's real. It's fun stuff. And that was me pitching. We won that game 2-1, by the way.
Yeah, it's about being prepared. You know, Pete and I would, and we were, you know, not much older than you guys are, but even when I played third base, I'd get up close and tight on the batter, and they'd try to jam it down. Pete would bust them inside, and they'd strike out, or they'd pop up. And, you know, it's about being prepared. And
Teammates. That's what being teammates are. One of the best teammates I ever had. I'll tell you another true story. We can move on. One of our rivals, there's rivalry as you get older. As we got older, I wasn't 7 or 8 years old at the time. I was older. A team we had a real rivalry with. And their leadoff batter, I did not like. Did not. And Troy came over, and the only person that was allowed to hand me the baseball, either at the beginning of the game or before an inning started, was Troy. I wouldn't let anybody else. It's just one of those superstitious things, because I know he always has something to say. Whether I liked it or not, he had something to say. And I said, I hate this guy. He's like, I know. I said, I'm going to hit him. He said, Pete, it's the first batter of the game. I said, I don't care. He's getting nailed. He goes, I'll make a deal with you. Strike him out. The next time he comes up, then hit him. I struck him out. Next time up, I hit him.
Good lesson for the boys.
Anyway, worry about it. Just fun story. Yeah. What is the National School of Baseball? Well, let's start with what we are not. We are not just a baseball academy for drills and softball. Sorry, ladies, I'm not leaving you out. Academy for drills and one-on-one lessons. We don't do drills for the sake of drills. We are not a dictatorship with one voice. We have the whole crew here, right? And that voice includes your voice. Your voice as parents and players is just as important, if not more important, than ours. We want feedback, constant feedback. We want to know how you're doing. If you're doing your homework, your baseball homework, we want to know. We want to know how many reps you did, and we'll get into that. We're not a revolving door. In other words, come in, have a few lessons, go away. Come in, have a few lessons, go away. No, we want you to stay with us. Okay? We're not robotic. We do different things. It's not the same thing over and over and over and over again. We change things up. We do not guarantee anyone will become a major leaguer. If you hear that from any academy, run. Run. The chances of becoming a major leaguer are 2%. All of baseball. And I wish I had the numbers, and I don't. And when I talk about the certification that I got, there are numbers, and they are astounding. So my message to you is there's nothing wrong with striving to become one. Why not? If you're good enough, you can get a scholarship, right? Save your parents hundreds of thousands of dollars. Parents are smiling right now in tuition. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being good enough to get a scholarship at a college? Can any of you do that here? Yeah. Sure you can. But you got to do it right. And you got to work. And you got to learn the proper mechanics. That's our job. That's what this is all about. What it is, a school. We teach in several settings, including classroom sessions, which will be, the first two will be Thursday and the following Thursday. Why do we use classroom settings? Because I can get your attention and I can talk. And we can converse back and forth. There's a tremendous amount of detail in our process and in our program. And I want every player to understand why they're doing what they're doing. I want them to make sure it's right. And I want them to ask me, why am I doing this, Coach? Don't ever be afraid to ask me. I've never done this before. Ask me. I want you to know and I want you to understand how all of the pieces of this puzzle come together and improve your mechanics.